could just unmute. So she is ready to go. I think I see her on here. Good to go. Okay, you guys. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you so much for joining us for this Rise Vision Call. Tonight is going to be amazing. We've got a really special guest and someone that I just love so much. And she's really going to share her heart and her passion, her story, and how she went from being, you know, a full-time wife and mom to a multi-millionaire in our company. She's a 7-figure annual earner, and she is just amazing. So if you're brand new to the call, you're really in for a treat. I'm so happy that you jumped in to hear, you know, one of our incredible success stories, but also learn more about this opportunity and what it could really do for your life. So if you're already in Isagenix, then you may have heard her name come up before, but my mom is Jani Ehlo, and she is, like I said, our speaker for tonight. So you guys, she is an outstanding leader in our company, and she develops outstanding leadership. You know, she really focuses on empowerment and is known for how she casts a vision of what this opportunity could do for your life. Her passion has always been creating financial freedom for women and for families. She loves health and nutrition and biking and yoga. I got her into yoga finally, and just spending time traveling and with our family. She's now been with Isagenix for 11 years, you guys, and she has built a powerful team of over 380,000 people with no previous network marketing experience. It's pretty amazing. Like I said, 30 of her team's executives, you guys, have made over $1 million in commissions. Dozens of others are 6-figure earners, multiple 6-figure. She's been Woman of the Year. She's been on our field advisory board. She's a top leader in action, top 25. So, I mean, the list goes on and on. She has really taken this and just run it to the top with not only herself, but her team. And on top of everything that she's accomplished, she's also my mom and my best friend. And she has the biggest heart for helping people, you guys. It is so amazing to see what she's done. So she's built this business on service and impact, and it has hardly ever had anything to do with her or her success. You know, and that's what I think is so amazing, is her success truly speaks on the amount of lives that she has impacted through Isagenix. And I'm just super excited for her to share her story with you and, you know, really fire you guys up. We're going to answer a couple of questions at the end to equip you for those of you that are already in Isagenix, and really get our businesses just launching this week. So I think that a lot of people get fixated on quick stories, success stories, and, you know, fast success. And this takes work. This is not a get rich quick scheme. You have to put in the time and the effort. And there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and a lot of failing, and a lot of almost quitting. And there's also grit and hustle, and it's personal development and pushing you outside of your comfort zone, and really growing yourself, you guys, to better serve other people. And it's what takes place really behind the scenes of social media. You guys, my mom, when she first started this, she didn't even have an email address. She still uses American Online. It's still at AOL. And she's done so much with this opportunity in this business. So I'm just so excited for you to all be here. Soak this up. Take what you need. Leave what you don't. But let's just dive in. So I'm going to have you pop on, Mom, and share your story. We're so excited.
Awesome. Hey, thank you for the introduction, Erica. Can you guys hear me? Got it. Okay. So I'm just so excited to be here, and I just want to thank my beautiful daughter for bringing me on this call. She's building an amazing team. She is working with a group of fired up young entrepreneurs, and it just excites me when I see these young guns and I see these girls with just big dreams, big vision, big hope, you know, for their lives. And I just think all I want to do is just pour my heart into them, because I just feel like if I can do this, you can do it too. So when I started out, you guys, it was really interesting because I really started this business and actually started the products very, very accidentally. I heard about them in a Bible study. I was actually with one of my very best friends at a Bible study. And all they were doing was throwing the Isagenix snacks around the table, asking us if we wanted some. And to me, it looked strange and it looked kind of weird. And so I just said, no, not interested. I didn't want to eat these little like pebble things that people were eating. So but I remember going home that night and just thinking, I walked into my closet. I was locked out of about 3/4 of my closet. And I remember just thinking it was the middle of winter and everybody was, just kind of holed up in their, and I was in my yoga pants 24/7. And I just thought, you know what? If these girls can lose 15 to 20 pounds in a month, or 10, 15 pounds in a month, I thought I can do it too, because I knew that I was stronger than a lot of the ones that were in there. So I remember texting them the next morning and saying, hey, where do I get this stuff that you guys are doing? And they said, try Cindy Hedges. And so I called this girl, this wonderful woman named Cindy Hedges. And I just said, hey, I want to do what my friends are doing. What is it? I didn't even know what it was. And she said, Jani, it's this amazing protein-based nutritional cleanse that leans you out, gives you amazing energy. You'll sleep like you did when you were 12, and you are going to feel better than you've ever felt. And I said, okay, sign me up. So she ran up that night with a box, a 30-day system. I jumped on the products. And I remember thinking on about day 4, 5, 6, okay, there's something magical in this. And so I walked into my husband's office and I said, Craig, I don't know if this is legal. I said, I don't even know what's in this stuff, but it actually works. And I just dropped a couple of pounds. And so I was so excited, so thrilled, so happy. I mean, I tell people all the time, I probably would have paid $5,000 for that box to be able to get back into my clothes. It was at that point, because probably for about the last 5 years, nothing was working. The exercising more and the eating less wasn't working, because I wasn't dealing with that toxicity issue in my body. So I jumped on the products, got an amazing result, told my husband. He said, keep going, just keep moving on this and just enjoy it. And so when Cindy Hedges had brought that box up to me, she had said, Jani, there's a business opportunity attached to this. And I remember looking at her saying, you know what, I'm so busy with my kids and my life. My husband was traveling a lot at the time. And I said, too busy, don't need the money, no time. And she said, great, we'll just get you a really good result. So I went ahead and got this great result. And when she said business opportunity, it was interesting, because I thought I had no business experience. And so to me, business meant to me, it was such a foreign concept. I'd always been a stay-at-home mom. My degrees were in education and communication. And so I wasn't business acclimated. So, but if she had said, Jani, if you refer some friends and if you tell some people about this and, grab a little posse of friends to do this with, you can create some amazing cash flow, I would have been all over it. So that's kind of a little tip. If you're building this business, to really not use the word business opportunity at the beginning, and really just talk about creating some residual income. So I really kind of dabbled around and played around with the business for about, I want to say probably 18 months or so. And, didn't make a whole lot of money, made about $22,000 in that 18 months. And then really decided to catch the vision. And that was just telling friends. And really what I did was, I was so excited about the way that I felt that I couldn't keep it to myself. So I was on the phone with my friends just saying, you guys, I don't know what's in this stuff. Don't know if it's legal, but it's absolutely amazing. And I feel like $1 million. You need to get on it. You need to try it, because everybody, I feel like, is looking for something that actually works. So like I said, I dabbled around a little bit with the business opportunity, and then ended up going to an event, and it was actually a celebration event. And there was a friend who was on the stage, and her name was Jen Smith, and she had on the cutest, short pink, designer dress. And I remember she was barefoot, and she was pacing the stage back and forth, talking about this juicy life that you can live, and this amazing contribution, and this life of service and of giving back, and just of abundance. And I just thought, I want that. And so I remember going back that summer after that particular event and just saying to to Craig, you know what, I'm going to see if I can actually do something with this. And so I got on, there was a girl in our company and her name was Susan Sly. And I remember getting on her call every single morning at 7:00. And I grabbed an accountability partner, grabbed Betsy Frayne, who was a brand new person in my organization. And I remember saying to Betsy, you know, let's get on the call together. And then we would text each other back and forth and we would just say, okay, who do you have in the hopper today? What's going on? What are you up to today? And we were so excited to be building this together. And I literally had one running partner along with Cindy Hedges that I was working this together with. So in that next year, I ended up really making huge strides and running to a 6-figure income that next year. And at that point, I just thought, you know, if I could do this with just this much effort, imagine what I could do if I continued it on. So really this whole thing just continued through just wanting to dig down and help other people and be able to lift others up. And I've always just said in our organization that when the tides rise, you know, all boats rise. So it's really easy to reach down, grab other people and pull them up alongside of you. So that's kind of my business story and my product story at the same time.
It is a brief description of the work that you have done over the years. Mom, I feel like what I would love to hear you elaborate a little bit more on is when your business started to take off and you were really working with people who were catching the vision and like wanting to do it with you. What did that look like when you were working with Betsy every day? And maybe even talking about your conversation with Kelly on the airplane and how that kind of took off as well. I would love for you to share some examples.
Yeah. So how that really turned out was, you know, when I first started working this and really deciding that I wanted to kind of go for it, you know, I really dug in and did the work. And it's, you know, like Erica said, when we first got on, that it's, you know, this is not like anything it's not a get rich quick. It's not anything that's going to be, you know, a fast overnight thing. So, I mean, I was doing the regular, you know, the 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 that everybody talks about. I was reaching out to brand new people every single day. You know, I was following up with 3 people every single day. I was really just working on the people that wanted to do this with me. And I was grabbing them and linking arms with them and just bringing them along right with me, along with my skill set.
No, I love that. And I think what was really so cool about your story is obviously when Kelly and Danny and Kayla and that whole round of boss babes, you know, came in, social media was still pretty new and they were dabbling in it a little bit more. But I feel like you really worked your business off of social media. And I feel like a lot of where we're at today is obviously utilizing the platform, but also creating those connections and really getting one-on-one with people. And I feel like your business really took off when, like you said, you grabbed 2 to 3 running partners. And then you started to dip down into your business and do that as well. Can you talk about Lauren Sims and Jessica Wigner and how you ran them to 6 figures and a little bit about their story as well?
Yeah, absolutely, Erica. Well, so you know, it was really interesting. Just first of all, just, you know, talking about Kelly Dickerhoof, you know, she was actually met her on an airplane and it was amazing. She was seated next to me. She was 28 years old. She had kids 2, 3, and 4. And she was a hairstylist and also a spinning instructor. So she already had a great figure. She already looked amazing. She was beautiful. And I remember sitting next to her on the plane, just talking to her about life, you know, talking to her about church, talking to her about her husband, about the new move from California up to Spokane, talking about, you know, her friend's situation and really just caring about her as a person. And I remember looking into her eyes and just thinking, you look tired. I mean, she was 28 years old, kids 2, 3, and 4, a husband who traveled. And I just remembered back when my kids were that age, my husband was gone all the time. And I just thought if I would have had these products in my life at that time, you know, I would have been a more patient mom. I would have been a more, just a more grounded mom. I would have had freedom in that whole nutrition area of my life that I felt like I struggled and yo-yoed up and down a little bit in. And so when I saw her, I just said, in a bit about this much of the conversation was about Isagenix. And I remember just saying to her, Kelly, you know what, you really need to cleanse your body. I said, I think you would get your mojo back. You would feel amazing if you threw some of these products into your body. I think you would see a shift. And so she said, I eat whole foods, I eat organic, I'm just not that interested in doing what you're doing. And so I said, that's fine. I gave her a card. But here's the key, you guys, is that I followed up with her. I remember calling her back that next day and being able to say, or when we got back from our trips, and just said, hey, did you get a chance to look at the information? And she said, yeah, I did a little bit, but I need to talk to my husband. And in retrospect, she said that, I was just buying time. I didn't really need to talk to my husband to get his permission. But I remember meeting her up at Starbucks. She gave me $150 in cash because she didn't want to put it onto a credit card. And I gave her a 9-day system. And in 9 days, she whittled 7 pounds off a little spinning instructor's body, and she was lit. And she just said, Jani, show me how to make money. And so Betsy Frame and I teamed up, and we got together with her. We showed her the Map to Crystal Executive, which is a simple little map that we have that shows you how to, make $5,000 in 5 weeks. And she went for it. And so that was one little amazing story, but she ended up creating an amazing organization of young women, of young entrepreneurs who are just living out their dreams. And she makes a couple $1 million a year doing this now. And she is an inspiration to so many. She's an amazing girl. Jessica Wigner and Lauren Sims were another couple of girls. Do you want to hear about them or not, Erica? Do you want to hear about them?
Yes, no, I love it. I think one of the takeaways that is really big for me right now is that you were such a master of connection, and everything was so focused on Kelly and Kelly's life and where she was at and how you could help her. And I feel like that is why she always says it too, you never made it weird. But I feel, I would love to hear, because I think that Jess and Lauren are just such firecrackers, and their business stories are very exciting to me, how fast they went. And I would love to, hear you talk about them.
Sure. So I met Lauren Sims. She came into the business through her cousin. She went to an event and I met her there. She'd been in the business maybe a week or two. She'd been on the products. I think her cousin gifted her a system. And she was at the event, wasn't crazy about being at the event. She has 2 master's degrees in nutrition. She was a spinning instructor. She waited tables. She had 4 or 5 jobs. She was an amazing girl that's able to spin so many plates, and probably one of the hardest workers that I know, with the most amazing heart. But met her at that event and just started breathing hope into her, and breathing belief into her, and breathing into her, showing her, holding a mirror up to her face and showing her what life is now and then what life could be. And so she said, I remember her calling me, and I called her and I just said, how's it going? And she said, great. She said, I just moved into an apartment. I have $17 in my bank account. And, I said, what do you need right now? And she said, I need a bed. And I said, okay, let's make $450. So we ran her to $450 that particular, in a weekend. And she said it changed her life. And then we just kept going. And I just was able to take her amazing contacts and her dreams of this life. And one by one, she ended up dropping job after job after job. First, she cut the spinning job. Then she stopped her private practice. And then she was able to stop one of the largest integrative health clinics in Denver. Then she dropped that job and did Isagenix full time. And now she ran to a 6-figure income in about 6 months to a year, multiple 6-figure income after that. And she's not stopping. She was an amazing keynote speaker at our celebration. And she's an amazing girl. Jessica Wigner, I met, she was actually found her in my blueprints. So she was actually in my reports, and I had seen that she had enrolled 5 people in one weekend. And so I reached out to her and I thought, I'm going to talk to her about making some money with this. And she laughs and says, I told her husband, Doug, why don't you go ahead and put the kids in the bath? This call's going to take me 5 minutes. This lady wants to try to talk to me about Isagenix, and I'm not interested at all. And so I really was able to paint that picture for her about, I knew that she had boy-girl twins, and she had a 7-year-old daughter and boy-girl twins. And she was running like a hamster on the fastest hamster wheel you've ever seen. And so she was chairman preferred on US Air. She would fly back and forth from New York to LA once or twice a week. She would take a train into the city, into New York, to work a couple of days of work. She was one of the vice presidents at Citibank. And I was able to, when I learned about her family, I was able to, and I knew she had a beach house, and my kids had grown up at the lake. And I knew that we had so many beautiful, beautiful memories at the lake. And so I just thought, I just pictured her family and her at that beach house, not 1 or 2 weeks of summer, but all summer long. And I just put that in front of her, and I said, Jessica, you will spend your summers at that beach house watching your kids boogie board with your toes in the sand, making these amazing memories and working your business alongside friends on the beach. And within 6 months, I think she was able to quit her job with Citibank, and she now works Isagenix full time, makes a multiple 6-figure income. She's a millionaire with the company, and just part in that has been absolutely amazing.
I love that. And I think what I love about Jess and Lauren is that they're not your personally enrolled. They are people that you actually found trickled in your organization through others, and you were able to reach down. And I feel like you've always been very good at picking out greatness in people and at seeing that and pouring that belief in, and always having, like I said, just that whole focus, that heart focus on them and where you can help serve them. And I feel like that's what's truly served your business over these years. And you ran fast. You have always grabbed 2 to 3 people, and you love working really close with them. Mm-hmm. You've really built your business on 3-way calls and events. That was one of our topics, is obviously events this week as well. We talked about that last night, and just the importance of events. Do you want to just dabble on that a little bit, on like how that really equipped and empowered you over the years, getting to multiple events, not just Isagenix? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, and just also bouncing off what you just said about service, and this business is all about love. It's all about love. It's all about serving others. It's all about giving. So if you have that, I mean, I always tell people that the more that they can work on themselves and just get that love and that compassion, that empathy, that desire to just serve and give back to people, the more successful that they're going to be. So, but in talking about events, events are what really spurred me. I mean, when I saw Jen Smith speak on stage, it was like, you know what? And then I remember looking around the crowd and just thinking to myself, okay, if these people can do this, I can do it too. And then I thought, if they can do this, I can crush it. And so events are very empowering that way, because it gives you possibility. It gives you hope. You look and you see very ordinary people creating extraordinary lives. And so events to me are everything. They've built my business. Lauren Sims was absolutely completely closed to this business. In fact, she was extremely hostile when she sat next to me at that first event. And I remember thinking to myself, why do I have to sit next to this girl who is angry and doesn't want to be here? And I just remember thinking, I'm just going to just kill her with kindness. I'm just going to be quiet, and I'm just going to love on her from a distance. I'm just going to be sending this loving energy to her the entire weekend. And she said on day 1, she was furious that she was not at a neurology conference with her doctors, that she had skipped to come to Isagenix. But she, on day 2, she actually caught the vision, and she just thought, you know what, I'm going to take this thing and I'm going to absolutely blow it through the roof. So events were huge for her. They were also amazing for Jessica Wigner. I was able to get her to come to New Year's kickoff 24 hours before it started. I was able to say, I will pay for your flight, I will get you a room, and I will pay for your event ticket. I need you here for 24 hours. So she flew in. I was able to, I think she saw the same thing that I saw. She saw very ordinary people. She saw the Coovers. We're run by the Coovers, who own the company. We have $1 billion company. She saw the trajectory of where this company was going, and I got her in front of one of our executive leadership team people who was able to really, because she kept saying to me, Jani, can I actually make money with this company? And so I was really able to show her on paper exactly what that looked like. And so it changed the entire trajectory of her business as well, is getting to events. So to me, you guys, events are everything. Getting to events is, it will absolutely crush your business, because people either come for community, they come for the company, or they come for the products. And when they can get all three at those events, it's everything.
I love that. Okay,
yeah.
so just with the short amount of time that we have left, I just have a couple of questions that we had kind of over that I would love for you to share on too. So the first question that I wanted to ask was, what was the biggest obstacle that you had to overcome throughout these years in Isagenix? Because this is your first network marketing company, and obviously your only.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I'm a lifer. So you guys, probably the biggest obstacle would be would have been belief in myself. And I know Joni Brewer is on this call, and she was like our upline millionaire, and we just adore her. And she would come over from the west side to the east side, where Carol Waldberg, Doris, Cindy, and I were, and she would pour greatness into us. And I remember just looking at her and just thinking, Joni, can I actually do this? And she'd just say, not only can you do this, you can absolutely be a superstar in this company. And she would just give us nuggets, and she would just pour into us, and it was everything. So really, I mean, belief in self. I mean, and that's one of the things I was talking to Kelly Dickerhoof about, was that she just said, you have a gift of being able to pour belief into people, to see their gifts and abilities, and to be able to bring those out. So hold one sec.
I love that.
Sorry, I had to take a drink. Yeah.
I can see Joni up there. She is just
yes.
Carol's on the call too. We have an incredible upline, you guys. I think one of the biggest things in Isagenix that you'll find is, and that what we love about Rise, is none of us are financially linked as Rise leaders, but that everybody works together as one team. And especially when you have that community and support within your own organization, if it's not there, you create it. But when it is there, and how special it is to have these leaders just guiding the way, and people who have done it before. My mom saw it done, and then she did it herself, and we're all in those footsteps, right? What I think is so cool too, Mom, is looking back, like we all started out the same, right? We all start with the same brown box, the same uncertainty and skepticism, and like wondering if this is going to work, and look at what it's done. For our lives. So I think my next question would be, what is the biggest piece of advice that you would give, especially to my generation coming into this right now?
So Erica, what I would tell you about that is that, I mean, to me, mindset is everything, and it would be to protect your mindset. And I feel like you can win in this business if you can get past the negative people. So mindset is everything. I think that you could take your personality traits that people love about you. Like Erica, you are very enthusiastic. You've got amazing energy. You have beautiful health. You've got, the physicality behind all of that. You have such a surety and a confidence in you, and you've got a posture that is so rock solid. And I think you take those things and you 10x those. So when I'm working with you, I'm able to just see those amazing gifts and abilities in you. And I'm able to say, we're going to take those things that people love about you, and we're going to blow them through the roof. So mindset is everything. It's really just protecting your mindset. It's getting around like-minded people. And I think that you've really done an amazing job to kind of clean your wheelhouse of people, and really kind of up-leveled your people that you decide that you want to be around. And you have just, it's made a huge difference in your life. So, I mean, I think that, and I think that when we went together to Brenda Bouchard, he talked so much about mindset, and he had us pick out 3 words, remember, that describe you. And he said he wants them on your phone, and he wants you to literally have those going off like every few hours. And mine were empowering, enthusiastic, and excellent. Mm-hmm. And I think if you find out like what you're all about, and then you take those and you're able to, like I said, 10x those, it's going to be everything. And I think too, it's just looking to serve and to give. I feel like that your START movement is amazing with giving back to people. And I think that when you stay in gratitude, and I've got this amazing little gratitude book that I literally write in every day. I think that your generation, when you, like, if you're saying, what would you do? This is everything, because it completely changes your energy, and it changes, what kind of people that you attract and magnetize in is gratitude. So I think that, and I think that, you just have to give yourself away, that you need to become the most enthusiastic, positive person that you know. And really just that's literally, it's something that is written on my mirror. Become the most enthusiastic, positive person that you know. And so I would like I said, I feel like mindset it's everything. And I think you have to protect that every day.
I love it. I completely agree. And I think that is what is so amazing. Not only do we earn as we learn, but we really do grow ourselves as we fail forward with this. And I love all of your tips. I have one last thing as we kind of wrap up and before we close out. What excites you about Isagenix right now? And is there anything else that you want to share ISO-wise to just kind of wrap up your call, Mom?
Gosh, what am I the most excited about right now? Well, I'm excited about our leadership team. I'm excited about Dr. Joshua Plant. Yes. We've got $1 billion company that we get to work with. We only build 2 sales teams, which is unbelievable. We're paid unlimited depth. Our volume never flushes. To me, all of these things right there with the compensation plan are absolutely amazing. So our compensation plan excites me about the company. The fact that we're innovating so rapidly right now, and that we're coming out with amazing new products all the time. We literally have products that are launching every 3 to 4 weeks, and that are cutting edge, that are amazing for us to be able to share with so many people. I'm excited about the network marketing model that you guys, we're literally dealers of hope, that we can literally like pour into people's lives, show them how to do this very simple, amazing, network marketing model, and be able to create this amazing life of freedom, and just be able to have any of your dreams come true that you're wanting to work on. I would love to show you. Could I show you a couple of things that I think would be amazing for any of your people that are wanting to build this business? You said that was one of your questions. So you guys, this book right here, it's John Maxwell's new, The Power of 5. And I would literally, if you're brand new doing this, if you've been in this for 10 years, you need to get this cute little book, and you need to read it. It is absolutely loaded. He's the #1 person in network marketing. And then also just Go Pro is absolutely amazing for anybody who's brand new. And then do you want to hear about 2 other little things, Erica? This little CD right here that is called, Building Your Network Marketing Business by Jim Rohn is absolutely amazing. So, this would be fantastic for you guys to also be able to read or listen to.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And you were always a huge fan of podcasts and calls. You were constantly plugging yourself in. So I feel like that is part of the journey. But thank you guys so much. I'm going to wrap everything up. Mom, you're amazing. If you guys want to unmute your lines, you can all say goodbye. And we have our business call tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So I believe Cameron is running that. Jump on. But this is recorded. We're so happy that you all were here. And once again, Mom, thank you so much for sharing your heart and your story. You are amazing.
Thank you, Tina.
Bye, guys. You're welcome.
Killed it. Love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Guys were great, Erica. Great job. Great job.
Amazing. Superstar. Shine